Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Tyler Pullen, and I am a game business and esports major. The brand that I chose to do for this assignment was Bethesda Game Studios and Bethesda Softworks. I looked at their platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and in that I didn't find a lot of transmedia between the different platforms. It didn't really feel like they were trying to communicate something differently. YouTube was a little different because of their long form content, sitting down and looking at gameplay or like reviews or developers talking about the game. It was a little bit different there, but between Instagram and Twitter, it was very, very similar between the two. But the message across all of that was that they are doing some work on Indiana Jones, which I believe is going to be having a PS5 release pretty soon, as well as some updates to it. Along that, they're also focused on Doom, the Dark Ages, and working around that. They're pretty quiet, that I've noticed. I've looked over the past like couple years of how they perform, and it's very similar to like a political campaign where they'll take the first half of the year to announce their games that are going to be releasing, typically February. They haven't done that this year, but I have a sneaking suspicion that May is going to be a very big month for them, so I will be paying very close attention to them. I did feel engaged, not particularly because of their marketing, but because of my own fandom in game studios as well. So I didn't totally feel like they were doing a lot to pull in new audience, especially with not having different forms of content across these platforms. What I learned from this as well, not just from their marketing, but from their community engagement, is that when they deliver on certain things, like everything working seamlessly in an engine, and we're doing a lot to remove bugs, and then there are bugs from these top CEOs going on, like MegaCon, for example, to talk about these games, and it's not working the way that they say it will, it tends to break trust with a lot of people trying to engage with this. On top of that, when people give negative reviews on Steam, they have had a reputation of replying to these negative reviews, not in the context of, we're so sorry you didn't like the game, but this review is wrong and here's why it's wrong. So I don't feel like they're doing the most to engage with their community, and that's definitely something that I've learned about video games and entertainment with being at Full Sail, is when you're dealing with a very big fandom as your audience, their reactions can be a bit cathartic. They can get really emotional, and you have to nurture that. So I think in marketing, there has to be some level of empathy when there's a huge fandom around it, so that we can reach these people. Another takeaway that I got from it was that when you kind of release the same game over and over, especially with Bethesda, and you focus on 5 major products, they kind of have to be blowouts. They have to be insane, especially when you have Microsoft as a backer. I did notice that Microsoft was influencing some of their marketing since they have been taken over and bought out by them. So that's definitely a new thing that I am currently learning about, where Microsoft is now a big investor, so that's going to modify their marketing in a way where it's kind of hindered them from reaching their audiences in a way that gamers really enjoy. Thank you for your time.